Hello, everyone. It's Sal Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope you're doing well. Apologies for the slightly late arrival. Of course, guys, I was rushing back. One of them ones, and managed to make it in time just about. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. And please don't forget to smash a like on the video if you can. Now, let's get straight into it, of course, guys. Now, we want to talk about Alvaro Carreras, of course. Alvaro Fernandez, some may know him as, is a player that was playing for Manchester United, and we somewhat, inadvertently, or shall we say it, foolishly got rid of him. We foolishly got rid of him, and to be honest with you, was not a good sell, to be honest. It was a bad one. It was a bad sell. We shouldn't have done that. We shouldn't have got rid of him. But you know what? It is what it is. And we have a 19 million euro release clause on the player, guys. A 19 million release clause. And you know what? I feel like Man United should trigger that. Now, lo and behold, Manchester United are willing to trigger the release clause on Alvaro Carreras. They're interested in the player. Obviously, it does represent a much cheaper option. Lecce are trying to price Man United out of a deal for Dorgu. Patrick Dorgu, of course. Patrick Dorgu has sent a come-and-get-me plea to Manchester United, and he's desperate to move to Manchester United. But that doesn't really matter if we don't pay the money. If we don't pay the money. So Manchester United are willing to trigger the release clause for Alvaro Carreras. Of course, Alvaro Carreras is a very talented player. We should not got rid of him in the first place at the end of the day. He shouldn't have got rid of him. To be honest with you, it was a bad mistake for Man United. And Man United have made a number of those mistakes under Murto and the Woodward and stuff like that, Glazers and everything like that, But you know what? There's time to redeem that. If we can get him through the door, it's a capable left-sided player. Of course, it is 19 million euros, of course, guys. So no, it is a cheap option. It's a cheap option for Manchester United at the end of the day. So 19 million euros is good money. It's about 16 million pounds, GK, at the end of the day. So that is good money, of course, guys. Absolutely. Come on, guys. Don't forget to smash the like on the video, of course. Thank you so much, everyone. Hi, good morning, Shashwat. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the stream. I hope you're good. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Hope everything is blessed with you, my friend. Rasta, yo, bless up the light, people. Swear down these players. Better show up today. Massive game today, of course, days. It is match day, of course, guys. That is what it's all about. And today is all about counting down to match day. Glasgow Rangers are coming to town, of course. The British Derby. The last time we played them was like 15 years ago now. It was 15 years ago, the last time we played Glasgow Rangers with a 1-0 win at Ibrox with Wayne Rooney scoring the penalty. Now, look, it is a massive game, and Man United need to show up today. In regards to Ruben Amorim's presser yesterday, he made some very, very telling quote in that presser. But it was like vultures yesterday. When I watched the presser yesterday, it was like a bunch of vultures, hyenas against Ruben Amorim, and they were just so intent on catching him out, knowing that English is in his first language. What they do is they're so intent of catching him out and getting him, on the wrong side, and saying something he regrets. Look, at the end of the day, I love Ruben Amorim's passion. I don't think he should regret what he said at the weekend. I think it was absolutely fact. I felt that Harry Maguire spoke very well. I thought he was very honest. And I like that about Harry Maguire, and I like that about Ruben Amorim. They're both very, very good yesterday. And at the end of the day, the way Ruben Amorim speaks is what we all feel. It is honesty. And that's what we need from Manchester United. We need honesty, guys. And that's what we need, of course. Big up, GK. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. It's around that money, mate. 16 million pounds, which is about 16.7 million pounds, about 19 million euros, my friend. 19 million euros, of course. Come on, guys. Don't forget to smash a like, of course, guys. Big up. Salam alaikum, GK. Wa alaikum salam. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, GK. Hope everything is blessed with you, my friend. Now, Manchester United are interested in a number of players. And look, you know what? I don't want to bore you with the obvious that Man United are interested in players. But obviously, we believe it when we see it. The Ineos are on fraud watch. They're on fraud watch, and we know they're on fraud watch. We know what Ineos and Glaze Ineos, as people are calling them, are all about at the end of the day. There's been excuses saying that Manchester United, if we sold Garnacho for 60 million, we will get 100 million pound back. This is a complete, utter manipulation of the rules, right? Let me tell you something about the rules of this whole thing, right? Let me tell you about the rules. We would only get 180 million. How would we get 180 million? Well, let me tell you how they've worked it out in the media, just to manipulate things, right? They said that if we get rid of Garnacho for 60 million, we could buy 3 players up to 180 million. What that means is Man United could get 3 players of 20 million, right? No, Man United could get 3 players, of like 80 million, right? And only pay 20 million a year. You know, that's what they're talking about. So basically, they could buy 3 players around, which equate to 180 million, around that, or even more, and pay it yearly. So it's 20 million a year, right? So basically, they're saying we can use that 60 million to get players through the door of the, you know, the way this media twist it, you know, the way they act like, oh, if we sell Garnacho, we're going to get, 880 million. Here you go. Bloody hell. If I buy a Twix, I'm going to get a Snickers bar for twice the money for no reason. These people, they make you laugh, but this is the nature of the beast in regards to the media in England, of course, guys. This is what it is at the end of the day. Big up, Amir. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Please bench Onana. I think he will be benched tonight, my friend Amir. I think he will be benched tonight. Absolutely. Bayende must start. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. Don't sell Garnacho will be a massive mistake, Amir. I believe so as well. But it is what it is. And these Glazers think they know too much. This Ineos think they know too much, of course, guys, at the end of the day. And, we're still seeing people defending this Ineos and Glazers. People defending Ineos even though they don't know who they are, We don't know exactly who Ineos are. Look, at the end of the day, Ruben Amorim has been there a couple of months, and already look what he's done. And look what's happened at the football club, Yes, we haven't got the results that we require on the football pitch, but that is no surprise to me because I knew this was happen. I knew this would happen before Erik ten Hag left. I knew that there is a culture at this football club that is a losing culture. And losing culture does resonate and it goes down and it becomes a habit. Just like winning is a habit, losing is a habit as well. So one thing I would say about that is that, you know what? He's done very well in regards to what he's doing, being strict. But you know what? I don't want to see these media outlets attacking our manager because that's what they're doing. They're not looking at the facts. They're just propaganda. They're like hyenas yesterday on top of Ruben Amorim talking about, did you mean what you said? Did you mean what? Hell yeah, he's meant what he said. At the end of the day, he said it. He said it. He meant what he said. You say what you mean. You mean what you say at the end of the day. And we all think the same. And I agreed with Ruben Amorim when he said that. I absolutely concurred. I applaud Ruben Amorim when he said that because I don't trust those players. And tonight is a chance for those players to get somewhat of a bit of more respect back. Because at the end of the day, you know what? They're playing Glasgow Rangers. And you know what? Glasgow Rangers are just a name. They're just a name. They're full of championship players. And they should go out there and they should beat Glasgow Rangers convincingly. Guys, Glasgow Rangers will be up for this game. Don't get me wrong. They'll be up for this game. But it's up to us to be up for this game as well, of course, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, a little bit of other news in regards to Man United. Well, huge news in regards to Man United. Man United have seen Cunha of Wolverhampton Wanderers as one of their priority signings, guys. If Manchester United do manage to offload Garnacho, Cunha will be the player that they will be most interested in signing. Of course, Matheus Cunha is a very, very good player. One of the most sought-after players in the Premier League at the moment. The likes of Arsenal, the likes of Liverpool want Cunha. He does cost around 50 million euros. He is a lot of money. But if Man United manage to get money for Garnacho, this is why we do not get held to ransom. This is why, we do sell players at a right price. Because at the end of the day, we could buy Cunha for 50. If we sell Garnacho for 20, we could buy a Dorgu as well. We could wheel and deal and we could buy a Dorgu as well. So this is the thing, right? I don't want to sell Garnacho. I don't think it's wise to sell Garnacho. I'd rather sell the likes of Anthony, Rashford, Casemiro, Shaw, Malacia, all those players, Mount, of course, all those players in this squad that we can sell and we can accumulate and we can make money. People are making excuses for the Glazers and Ineos. I'm shocked about it, at the end of the day, after everything they have done, of course, guys. But Matheus Cunha is high on Manchester United's radar. He is 25. He's not a young lad. Well, he's not old, but he's not a young lad at the end of the day. His contract expires in 2027. So, you know what? His price is relatively expensive. But if Man United do offload Garnacho for a reasonable price, I would say get Cunha in and get Dorgu in as well, and that'll be nice. Or if not, get Cunha in and get Carreras in. Get Alvaro Carreras in. Why not do that? Why not wheel and deal? Do that. You know what I mean? 2 players for 1. But why not do that? That will soften the blow a little bit, even though I'm not happy about Man United going out and selling young players. Of course, guys, absolutely not. Absolutely. Let's read some of your comments. Amir, would you sell one of the best players on the team? Absolutely not. You know why they're doing it, Amir? You know why they're doing it, brother? It's because at the end of the day, this is the only player that will make money for them. They know that this player will make money for them. I don't think Ruben Amorim, for the life of me, has gone into the dressing room and said, you know what? Forget about Anthony. Forget about Rashford. Forget about Casemiro. Forget about Shaw. Forget about Mount. Forget about Malacia. And go, we want to sell Garnacho. I don't think he's done that. I just think that he's the only player that if we transfer listed tomorrow, a whole number of clubs will be after him. There are a number of clubs after Garnacho. A number of clubs. Only Man United needs a player like this, Cunha. Absolutely. Man United need a player like Cunha. Man United, he's got Premier League experience, of course, Amir. A very good player, capable player, can assist, can score goals. And you know what? This is the thing why Man United, if they were to sell Garnacho, they have to sell him at the right price. And I'm talking 75 million upwards, right? So if Man United sell Garnacho at the right price, Man United can get a left back in, Alvaro Fernandez, and of course, Cunha, someone like Cunha as well. So it makes sense for Man United not to undervalue their players at the end of the day. They're undervaluing players and stuff, When teams like Lecce are asking for 40 million for Dorgu, who is an unproven young player from Italy, plays in Italy. How can Garnacho be 50? It doesn't make sense. He's got to be 70, 75 at least. You're talking about the Ballon d'Or winner. You're talking about 8 caps for Argentina. You're talking about an FA Cup winner, a League Cup winner, a Copa America winner. He won the top 5 young under-21 players in the world, right? How can he be worth 50? He's worth 75 upwards. I would even go higher. I would go higher. But I would totally agree if it is up to Ruben Amorim, but I don't believe it is down to Ruben Amorim. I believe this is down to the Ineos, and this is down to Glazers, of course, guys. But Cunha would soften the blow. Cunha is a very decent player, Premier League experience, Brazilian international. I wouldn't mind. But you know what? Maybe we could kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Maybe we could buy Cunha and buy a left back. And that would be great, of course, guys. That would be brilliant because at the end of the day, we've killed 2 positions. We've got 2 positions. But that doesn't mean that Man United squad isn't weak. Man United squad is weak. Look, at the end of the day, the Anthony deal still isn't confirmed yet, by the way. It still isn't confirmed yet. We're even slow on that, to be honest with you. We're slow on that. And it still isn't confirmed yet. But that looks like to be confirmed maybe by the beginning of next week. So he will be flying out to Seville, I believe, tomorrow. So he will sort out the rest of his deal and all the complications regarding his deal and stuff like that. But he's another one we can't even get through the door, out the door, to be honest with you. And look, he's going for nothing for Real Betis, of course. So, this is a problem with Ineos. Ineos have shown us who they are so far, right? In regards to when the going gets tough, you have to get going. And at the end of the day, they're not really doing anything anywhere near quick enough, of course, guys. Anywhere near quick enough. So, Dorgu has pleaded with Manchester United to sign him, but as we know, Dorgu's price is way, way too much. We're looking at double the price. Lecce want double the price. They've seen Manchester United come in through the door like a boss, and they've seen Man United, and they said, oh, Man United, yes, we've never had someone like Man United come after our players. 40 million. No, 20, 25 tops, that's it, right? 20, 25 tops. Otherwise, go and get Alvaro Fernandez. But then you think about Alvaro Fernandez. And you think about Alvaro Fernandez. Why would Alvaro Fernandez want to come to Manchester United? Ask yourself that question. Doing very well at Benfica, playing in the Champions League, of course. Why would he want to come to Manchester United? We treated him pretty badly, if I'm being honest with you. We sold him when we shouldn't have sold him. We didn't give him an opportunity in the team, of course. It's just like when we sold Kova. These sort of ridiculous, naive mistakes that we've been making over the years, and it's something that we need to eradicate from our culture of our football club, because we are doing things wrong at the end of the day, guys. Lee, of course, absolutely. Now, let me get into some quotes from yesterday. Just a reminder of some quotes from yesterday, guys. Some quotes in regards to Ruben Amorim. Okay, so Ruben Amorim said, the most important thing is to think we can improve right away in the next match. Imagine tomorrow we don't suffer a goal at the start. We score and we play well. It can change. Environment here can change. Everything can change. And that's absolutely spot on. Everything can change. But the problem we ask ourselves is, can things change under this manager? Can they change under this manager? Can we get this team playing? I mean, you know, it's like squeezing water from a stone at the moment, guys. It's like squeezing water from a stone, and it's hard to get these players moving. You know, and especially at the beginning of the game, I've lost count of how many times we started games badly. I've lost count of how many times we've conceded such simple, easy goals. The Newcastle game comes to mind with me. It comes to mind, the Newcastle game. It comes to my head. And I'm thinking, you know what? Look how easy that goal was for us to score. It's a bit like the Brighton game. It's exactly the same similar goal. You know, cross on the box, goal. You know, and that is the problem that we're looking at as well, of course. Absolutely. He goes on to say, the fullbacks are really high and they have talent to score in the final third. So it's one a more difficult game, and it's important for us because we want to skip the Europa League playoff. Absolutely do. That is Ruben Amorim talking about Glasgow Rangers. Of course, otherwise known as Rangers. They've taken a Glasgow out of their name, of course, so they're just known as Rangers at the moment. So, yes, look, we're going to have to be wary. We're going to have to treat Glasgow Rangers with respect. You know, they're going to come out there thinking, you know what, it is Scotland, England. Scotland, England, the rivalry is always very, very fierce. And if these players are not ready for this game, they will get shown up, guys. Believe you me, they will be shown up. So they really do need to show up for this game, of course. We are going to suffer. And for me, that was really clear. It's getting really hard. If you want, I can be delusional and say different things. It's a good thing to be honest with you. Absolutely. And this is the exact thing. Why would you want the manager of Manchester United to come out and start spreading lies? Why would you want to say, oh, you know what, the team are good. They're going to come good. We go again next week. We go again. We don't want that. We love an honest manager. Alex Ferguson was honest. This is what's great about Ruben Amorim, and this is what I like. I support Ruben Amorim. I support him right to the end because the way he speaks like one of us. He speaks like us as a fan. You know, he speaks like one of us, and that's what I like about him. Absolutely. In regards to Amorim on Brighton and comments, he said, in regards to the comments he made, he said, then I get more nervous and go to the conference really nervous and say things you shouldn't say. I don't promise I won't do it again. I don't know, but I'll try to improve. Let me tell you something, guys, about the word nervous, okay? Let me tell you something about the word nervous. The nervous in Portuguese, in Italian, it means something completely different to what it means in England, right? Nervous means angry. Angry in Portuguese, in Italian. It means angry. It doesn't mean you're nervous and scared. It means angry. This is how stupid these mainstream media are, that they don't really understand certain words, and in translation can be translated the wrong way. You know, my wife is Italian. She says, I'm nervous, right? When I say she says nervous, I say, what are you nervous about? She goes, I'm angry about something at work. I go, angry. Yeah, that's not nervous. Nervous is something completely different. That is what we're talking about. And these media, these vultures, these hyenas, they come out and they just want to spread things. They want to manipulate things and they want to twist things, of course, guys. I didn't think that's why I'm a young guy and sometimes I make a mistake and that's why I don't speak after the game. This is, I needed to talk. Maybe it was a mistake. Maybe it was a mistake. And we all know it wasn't a mistake, of course. We all know. In other news, guys, Napoli have made contact with Borussia Dortmund today for Karim Adeyemi. Of course, Karim Adeyemi was linked with Manchester United a few months ago as well. Negotiations for Alejandro Garnacho are still on, but no agreement with Manchester United after the first bid. Chelsea are also weighing up a formal proposal for Garnacho. Now, this could be mind games from Dortmund. Dortmund could be playing a game with Manchester United. They could be out there trying to manipulate Man United and trying to call their bluff, so to speak. And they're saying that they're going after Karim Adeyemi. Go for him. Go on. Sayonara. Goodbye. Go after him. You give us the money or just get lost. It's as simple as that. And that's what we say in regards to that. This morning's meeting did not bring the parties closer together. Napoli offered more than 50 million with bonuses, but Manchester United are asking for minimum 55 million plus bonuses, and that is an absolute disgrace of a price. Absolute disgrace. Bloody Højlund was more than him. Rasmus Højlund was more than him. A young player, unproven in Italy, was more than him. My goodness me, what a disgraceful price that was, of course. The second meeting has finished between Napoli and Manchester United via Leandro Garnacho. The distance in valuation remains. The parties will update. Absolutely. And in regards to Dorgu, Patrick Dorgu is pushing to join Manchester United. As I spoke earlier in the show, he is pushing to join Manchester United. He wants to join Manchester United, but we remain distant in our transfer fees, of course. Lecce are looking for almost double what the valuation is. Manchester United and Lecce are 10 million apart in negotiations over Patrick Dorgu. Talks are continuing to bridge the gap, and United Director of Negotiations, Matt Hargreaves, travelling to Italy can be seen as a sign of optimism around the deal. Lecce are said to want around 40 million for Dorgu, while United have indicated a willingness to go to 30 million, even though that is a way too much. That is astronomical amount for Dorgu. Come calling. You know, when Man United come calling, we know what these teams do. We know what these teams do. When Man United come calling, we know what these teams do, of course. You know, we know that they love to overprice it. It's called Man United tax. The Man United tax, of course. And that's what they do, of course, guys. Let's read some of your comments. SLD, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Dorgu is still raw for 34 million. Hopefully, we can get Alvaro back for cheaper. I agree, SLD. I don't think we should be held to ransom. I know that word, you know, held to ransom, that old Man United word, of course, that sentence that Man United love to use under Woodward and the Glazers and Murto. But it's true. We can't be paying 30, 40 million for a player that is unproven in the major leagues. I mean, Italian league I would class as a major league, but I'm talking about Man United, a major team like Man United in the Premier League, you know, which is a top tier 2 team in the world, top 2 league in the world. So I would say that 20, 25 million tops. That's what we should be paying for him. He's a great player, a very good young player. But obviously playing in England is completely different. We know that with players that have come from Italy before. Man United haven't had much luck with players coming from Italy. Probably Ahmad is probably the most we've had luck with players coming from Italy at the end of the day. And Ahmad took a while to get going, didn't he? At the end of the day. So look, you know what? I wouldn't go anywhere near 40 million. I'll go straight after Alvaro Carreras, and that's it. You know, pay the 19 million euros, and that's it. You know, we win. But it obviously depends on whether Alvaro wants to come to Manchester United. As I said earlier, I mean, obviously we didn't treat him well when he came to when he was at Man United. We didn't give him an opportunity. We wasn't fair, even though we needed a left back. We didn't play him. You know, we played players out of position rather than playing him. And that, for me, was a bit of a disgrace, if we're being honest. In Amram, we trust. Absolutely, in Amram, we trust, my friend. Big up, Amir. Big up. It's not about Amram. It's about the players. Absolutely, bruv. Absolutely. It's Manchester United cooking. Is Manchester United cooking? I don't know what they're cooking at the moment. It sounds like beans on toast. It sounds like beans on toast. Big up, Randy. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. It seems like beans on toast. Varva trigger release calls at Alvaro. Man United are considering triggering the release calls of Alvaro. Hence the question mark. Man United are considering doing that. Man United look to be walking away from the Dorgu deal. Although there is optimism around the Dorgu deal that Man United can strike a deal with Lecce. The thing with Dorgu is that Ruben Amorim rates him. Ruben Amorim rates him highly. And to be honest with you, it looks like he doesn't rate Alvaro Fernandez as highly as Dorgu. Now, look, you know, at the end of the day, I would be happy if we brought in a left back. I would be. But you know what we have to do, we need a number of players on that pitch. We need a number of signings. It's not just Dorgu. It's not just Fernandez. It's not just, who are we talking about? Cunha. You know, it's not just these players, it's other players as well. We need a whole team. Man United need a different squad, to be honest with you, if we're looking at it. We need 8 or 9 players. I think Man United should send as many players as they can, give Amorim good budget and ask him to build a good team. The problem is that they're not giving him the budget, you know, Amir. They're not giving him it. And to be honest with you, they're using all the excuses under the sun. You know, as I said earlier, I heard a rumor yesterday that Man United, if they sold Garnacho, they would get 180 million back for Garnacho with FFP. Now, this is completely an absolute diabolical analysis, because what that means is that Man United will sign players up to 880 million euros and pay 20 million a year. How's that going to happen with Manchester United? Basically using that 60 million to buy 3 players, 20 million pound each, and then pay 20 million every year. It doesn't make sense, to be honest with you. Some of the stuff I'm hearing from these journalists is absolutely ridiculous. Good morning, everyone. Man United good to go all out for Alvaro Fernandez. I think we will, Johnson. I think we eventually will. I think we have no choice. I think Man United need to get someone in the door. Ridiculous that we sold him in the first place. That was absolute scandalous decision to get rid of Alvaro Fernandez, of course, Alvaro Carreras, as he's otherwise known. I think that was an absolute diabolical decision. And I think that, that's unforgivable, that sort of deal. Very incompetence of the highest order. We should be looking at possible keepers for next season. Yes, I don't believe that Ruben Amorim is entirely happy with both of his goalkeepers. Bayinde should play today. Bayinde has to play today the way that Onana played the other day. I would say Bayinde needs to start. Bayinde hasn't put a foot wrong, to be honest. Apart from the Tottenham game, you can argue that was a foul. But you know what? I think he's done well when he's come in. Man United do need to be looking at goalkeepers. They do. And to be honest with you, I'm a bit aggrieved that Man United have their scouting prowess and their skills have been exposed. Because when you look at Onana, and many of us were saying that Onana's not the guy to goalkeeper Man United, to be in goal for Man United. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. And, we should have known that, and we should have studied that, because he's prone to mistakes. And Inter Milan were so happy that we gave them 50-odd million for him as well. They were delighted. They weren't disappointed. How comes that deal went through so quickly? You know what I mean? Absolutely. Leave all these defenders, get a stronger and better attackers. That's what we need, absolutely. And probably a midfielder as well. We need wing backs. Guys, I cannot emphasize how important the wing backs are. When you have wing backs, when you have a good system, when you have balance, it helps the attack. It's not just about buying attack. It's not just about buying attackers because they can't do everything on their own. You need a foundation of squad around them. We need wing backs priority. I guarantee you, if Man United got a couple of wing backs in, right, we'll be scoring some more goals. Why will we be scoring more goals? Because the wing backs will be more inclined to move forward and we will create more chances and score more goals, of course, guys. That's what I would say about that. To be honest, we cannot build a competitive squad in the one season. Amorim needs time. It does need time, Johnson. Absolutely needs time. I do believe if we get it right in the summer, we'll have a good season next season. I'm not saying we're going to win the league, right? But I'm saying we will have a good season next season if he's given the tools to do that in the summer, at least. Maybe bring in 1 or 2 players now and bring in a bunch of players in the summer and clear the bad apples and bring in some good apples. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I would say at the end of the day. I mean, he's right. He's accepted the truth and so do we. Now back him in the market. Best for you can. Absolutely, Amir. He's not delusional. He's not coming off and spreading a load of splur and a load of rubbish. He's telling us the truth. And that is what, the fact is the media can't handle the truth. The media can't handle the truth. That's what's wrong with the media. They can't handle the truth. So they start, murmuring and mumbling and fidgeting and stuff like that and trying to catch him out, you know what I mean? And it makes me sick, to be honest with you. Absolutely. We need open heart surgery. The doctor ordered. Yeah, we do. Well, we had the open heart surgery. That is just the buzzword, what's been going around for years. We've had 10 new players since then. The problem with Man United runs far deeper and you have to really dig and understand football to know, what's going on at Man United. And it's from the top. It's from the top and it resonates all the way to the bottom. The great thing about now, what the reason that it's different now is because I believe that we got a manager that is ruthless, that will make the changes, that will drop players at a sixpence. And that is what I believe. I believe we got the right guy in and now he needs to be backed. Before we were signing players, a mishmash of players, not players that fit a system, not players that fit a team. We're not a team at the moment. And Harry Maguire said it yesterday. We're not a team. We're great individuals, but we're not a team. And it's something that I've been touching on for a long time. We're a bunch of individuals. We're not a team, and that is the problem, of course. We have the right manager, but the wrong players. Amir, a few of those players, I think it just takes 1 or 2 bad eggs to make it bad. And I don't believe that Bruno Fernandes is a good captain. I said that for a long time. I don't think it's right. I think the captaincy needs to be removed from him as well. I don't think he's a good captain. I really don't. And I think Man United senior players are a problem at Man United. You're talking about Casemiro, you're talking about Shaw, you're talking about Bruno, you're talking about Dalot. You know, players that have been there a long time, I think are a big problem at Man United. Some people want to play down that, but I think they are the biggest problem at Man United, in my opinion, not the young players. Just wanted to ask, Dorgu is better than Alvaro. More proven, I would say, Shashwat. They are different ends of the spectrum, of course. I would say, in my opinion, Dorgu fits Amram's system better. And I'll tell you why. Dorgu can play right midfield. Dorgu can play left midfield, right? Alvaro can only play fullback and wing back. So you're looking at Dorgu, you know that he can attack. You know that he's good at attacking. So that means that Dorgu can attack, Dorgu can defend. That means he can play as a left wing back for us. Fernandez isn't really primarily a left wing back. He's more of a fullback. So I would say that Dorgu would be a much more important signing for Man United because he fits Ruben Amorim's system a lot more better, Shashwat, in my opinion. In my opinion. Big up, Barman. What's going on? The Canadian legend. What's going on, brother? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you, of course. Amir, I feel bad for him. The players he inherited are not Manchester United quality. I think you can count on one hand how many are Man United quality, and that is pretty evident, isn't it? You know, I think Ugarte is Man United quality. I really do. I think Mazraoui is Man United quality. I think De Ligt is Man United quality. I'm looking at the rest. I think Ahmad is Man United quality. And I think Euro can be Man United quality. Mainu is Man United quality. There's a bunch of players there that are Man United quality. But then we look at the players that are not Man United quality. And we have to be totally honest with ourselves. Is Højlund Man United quality? Is Bruno Man United quality? You know, is Shaw Man United quality? Malacia Man United quality? You know, Dalot, is he Man United quality? You know, so we got a mixed batch of players that are Man United quality, and we got a bunch of players that aren't Man United quality. And it just takes a couple of bad apples to ruin the apple bowl, doesn't it? I'm just saying, watching, and I'm just saying for top messages, but you only like the like. Please let us strike the like button to encourage more videos. Thank you. Thank you, Johnson. You are a legend, my friend. Thank you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate, on the stream every single day. I think I've got more likes, but there's some algorithm problem going on with YouTube at the moment. So you know what? It is what it is. We're the worst Manchester team in history of the Glazers. Yeah. We were worse in 1988, 89, though, in my opinion, but that's a different. No one was alive that time apart from me, it seems like. GK, Alvaro and Dorgu can maintain a nice width and shape of formation and exploit well on the left flank, the spaces. And Dorgu knows to cut in and join in attack like Marcelo did with Gakia. Yeah. But Alvaro is more of a fullback, GK. He's a fullback. He was brought to Man United as a fullback. He can attack, but he's not as good an attacker as Dorgu. We're going to get one. We're not going to get both. We're going to get one. We're not going to get both. We're not going to get two left backs. We're going to get one. Man United. We got a lot of positions to cover on the field, of course, going forward. One of the most dangerous jobs in the world is Manchester United coach. One of the most slandering jobs in the world. One of the jobs that can ruin your reputation is the Man United job. When Erik ten Hag went to Man United, you know, he was deemed one of the best up-and-coming managers in Europe. Not up-and-coming, but one of the best managers in Europe. And to be honest with you, a lot of teams wanted Erik ten Hag. Unfortunately, with the Man United curse, as we call it, you know what? It ruins people's reputation. Not only managers, players as well. Great players aside from Man United. You look at Man United players who we signed over the years, Falcao, Ibrahimovic. Do you know what I mean? Those type of players, you know, Schweinsteiger. You know, great players you're talking about here. Casemiro, you know, these were great players. Casemiro was, you know what, at the end of the day, a great player for Real Madrid, 5-time European champion. You know, and then as soon as he goes to Man United, that's it, of course. We don't have players that fit the system of Ruben Amorim, Amir. Absolutely, we don't. I would count on a few hands, one hand, how many players we can develop into that, you know, into that mold right now. Right now, I could say he's a Man United player. And I feel like Man United need about 6 or 7 players in. And I know it's unrealistic, but I do believe that Man United need another 6 or 7 players in, of course. How was Dennis Owen back at Ed then? Anyone saw matches back then? Yes, I've seen him live, GK. I've seen him live. I've met Dennis Irwin. Fantastic person. The best left back I've ever seen. I know I'm biased. The best left back I can ever see. Can play right back, left back. Back then it was right back, full backs, right? Can play left wing back, right wing back, can bomb forward, can create, can score goals, can score penalties. Everything you want. A leader, an inspiration, never any trouble, never speaks to the media. An absolute baller was Dennis Irwin. Dennis Irwin was probably, in his generation, the best left back in the world. The best left back. And I even go as far as today, right? It's only between him and Ashley Cole, right? But I say Dennis Irwin is the best left back in Premier League history. He was way ahead of his time. Way ahead of his time. He was an absolute menace. Brilliant player. His free kicks, my goodness me. Brilliant. It's only because Beckham came that, you know what, he started taking the free kicks, you know, and then obviously Irwin stepped down from free kicks, but he was an absolute monster and a brilliant player. Absolutely. United ruined Anthony. Yep. Man United overpaid for Anthony SLD. To be honest with you, I don't think he was as good as the price tag was. To be honest with you, I think he's not as good as we thought he would be. I just don't think he's as good. I think he's all right. He's a decent, sorry guys, he's a decent, how would I say it? Newcastle winger. Yeah, Everton winger. That's it. I don't think he's a Man United winger. And there's a lot of people singing his praises and stuff like that. I think Ruben Amorim's intelligent enough to know that this guy isn't it. You know, he was unfairly treated because obviously the 90 million price tag, which wasn't his fault. It was obviously Murto and Woodward who negotiated that transfer all the way to the end of the transfer window. And then the price obviously went extortionate. And then we ended up paying double what he's worth. He's a 30 million pound player. He's meant to be 40 grand a week, not 200 grand a week, 90 million pound player. Absolutely not. He's far from a 90 million pound player. You know, he's not really good at anything. He's very predictable. He cuts in, shoot, cuts in, shoot, cuts in, shoot. The one thing I would give about Anthony, and I'll sing his praises, is that, you know what, he works hard. He gives a shift, he puts a shift in. But if Man United want to get to the next level, I think Anthony will be great as a bench option. And that's as far as I would take it, in my opinion. Thank you so much, GK, you legend. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much. The hardest job in the world is Manchester United coach. And yes, it is very much so. Roy King loves Irwin. He's a brilliant player. They're both Irish, isn't it, SLD? They're both Irish. United ruined but I saw Rooney, Keane, Ronaldo, Scholes, Terry Patterson made by United. Yeah, under Alex Ferguson, GK. Let's not forget. There's a big difference between Sir Alex Ferguson and what is going on now. Man United had a very, very balanced team. Man United had winners in that team. Man United had, as you said, Roy Keane, Gary Pallister, Steve Bruce, Peter Schmeichel, Andy Cole. They had players in that team who were already Premier League winners. So when the young players came in, they were surrounded by winners. What players are they surrounded by now? Bruno? What's he won? What's significant for Man United? FA Cup, League Cup, okay. What about the Premier League and Champions League? You know, and this is one thing we have to look at. You know, Alex Ferguson as well. Alex Ferguson can get a League One team, right? And I'm being honest with you guys. He can get a League One team and win the Premier League with that team. I know it's a bit of an exaggeration, but, you know, one or two players here and there. But he can get any team and win it. He put two fullbacks as wingers, Fabio and Raphael, and smashed up Arsenal with Welbeck, with Gibson, with Fletcher, you know, with these players in the team. With Cleverly, you know, with these players in the team, he could win any game. Any game. Give him a bunch of players that give 100%. He will win you the game. By hook or by crook, he will win you the game. Alex Ferguson win you the game. Unfortunately, a lot of these players who play for Man United right now would not be there under a Sir Alex Ferguson. They would not be there under Sir. Honest to God, Rashford would have been gone a long time ago. We would have already forgotten about Marcus Rashford. He would have been already gone. You know what I mean? So, I'm 71 and the fan 66 never saw us this bad. I've seen us but worse in 98, 89. I've seen us worse. We had a drinking culture. We had drug problems. We had players that, you know what, would party every day. And we were pretty bad. It's very close between the late 80s and now. If you've been a fan since 1966, you would have seen a relegation, Randy. So, you know what, we got relegated then. And to be honest with you, We're not going to get relegated now. As much as you say that, Randy, we're not going to get relegated now. I've never seen Man United in my lifetime this bad. And you know what? From my granddad, who was a Man United fan, he's never seen them this bad either. From my mum's side, from my dad's side. Yeah. So, yeah, it is what it is. Ashley Cole was a machine. Absolutely, SLD. One of the best. One of the best. He's the only one who can mark Cristiano Ronaldo. I would say that. At his prime. At his prime. Sal, it's pissing down with rain this morning outside work. Jeez, I feel like Ruben Amorim missing against the wind. Big up, Philip. How you doing, Philip? Hope you're doing well. Enjoy the rain. I haven't seen rain for a while. It's been a year now since I've seen rain. But you know what? It might rain this year. But when it rains where I am, when it rains, it certainly does rain, of course, guys. Should we sell Rasmus or Joshua? Probably, yes. I would sell Rasmus before Garnacho. But at the end of the day, I don't think we should be selling our young players. I think we should try and sell Rashford, Shaw, Malacia, Casemiro, Anthony, these players before we get rid of those players. We believe in you, Amorim. Absolutely, we believe. Absolutely, guys, we do believe. Of course, we believe, of course. A player is only worth the money if the club is willing to pay. In Man United's case, we pay the money because we over negotiate, and then we don't call their bluff. We wait until the last minute of the window, then we end up overpaying anyway, even though the player ain't worth it. And the problem is that Man United, Woodward, Murta, they don't know how to judge a player. They don't know who's a good player. I mean, they spent 90 million on Anthony. My goodness me. Imagine the players we could have got for that. We spent 50 million on Onana, guys. 50 million on Onana. Can you believe it? Oh, Nana. Definitely no way. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sanjay. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. My advice was don't change horses in the middle of the stream. Don't change horses in the middle of the stream. My advice was don't change horses in the middle of the stream. What does that mean, mate? What does that mean? Stream as in stream or stream as in horse racing? What do you mean by that, Randy? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know what you mean by that, bruv. Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. At the end of the day, sorry, mate. But yeah, you know what? We have less than a week for this transfer window to be open over, guys. And you know what? It's getting precariously close. And nothing has happened, of course, guys. Changing managers in the middle of the season. James and Randy, let me tell you something about this, right? And I'm going to bring a positive spin on this, okay? The great thing about changing managers in the middle of the season, right, was the fact that Ruben Amorim can separate the bad apples from the good apples. The bad apples are fall for the tree. This season's a write-off anyway. But he can separate the bad apples from the good apples. And the bad apples will be out, the good apples will stay. So by the start of next season, we will be ready. Rather than, I'm going to bring this up again, guys. I'm going to bring this up again, of course. I'm going to bring this up again. The thing is that we can either do that, stick to it, the philosophy of what they were playing before, right? And by next season, we'll be in the same position. Or we could suffer a little bit this season, right? We could suffer a little bit this season, and then next season we will be ready because all the bad apples will be gone. I think it was a smart move, and not me. I'm Ineos. I don't like Ineos. I don't like the way they're doing things, but I think that was a good decision. It became untenable at the end of the day. You know, it became untenable. Give me the middle of the season. Absolutely. He could have looked from the outside until the end of the season. You can't see them until you know them face to face, mate. There's nothing like face to face. There's no substitute for face to face, Randy. There's no substitute for that. There's no substitute for that. We've been doing things before, you know what I mean, in the past, doing things the same way. Maybe, you know what, he's got rid of Rashford midway for the season. If he didn't get rid of Matt Rashford, he wouldn't know all the personal details of what Matt Rashford is getting on with. Do you know what Rashford has been going on? No one knows, do they? I know. I know exactly what's been going on. And he wouldn't have known that if he weren't in the club right now. He would have had to deal with that problem next season. He would have had to deal with a serious issue in regards to Marcus Rashford next season. So now he's got that out of the way. He knows about it. So all those little personal intricacies that happen behind the scenes, you will know about. You can't see that on the television. You know, you can't see that on the television. It takes more than just playing on a football pitch to make a judgment. You know what I mean? Don't forget, 55 million from Mount. We said 1 year left on his contract. Absolutely ridiculous. Sheshwa, absolutely ridiculous. Scotland investor, we've suffered a decade, a little longer. We won't kill us, will it? It will. I wouldn't say that, mate. I wouldn't say it wouldn't kill us, but at the end of the day, it's very painful, and the Man United fans are feeling it right now. I would say that, and we need a little bit of success. Man United fans deserve success. Man United fans are the most loyal fans there is, the real ones I'm talking about. Man United fans are the best fans in the world. I say that. We got some of the best fans in the world. And to be honest with you, Man United have been suffering this last 11, 12 years. And you know what? 20 years if you count the Glazers. A lot of us didn't want the Glazers. And I remember back then, people were telling me, why are you wearing that green and gold scarf? Why, Sal, you wearing that green and gold scarf? You know, it's going to be all right. It's just an ownership. They're just taking over the club. And they disagreed with me. Some people, fair play, creating an own football club, of course. You know, but I stuck with the football club. But I said the Glazers were a bad idea, you know, and they were the bad news of Man United. And lo and behold, it's become waiting till fruition, of course. I did warn them. I said, let's not forget, we have Alex Ferguson as manager. When Alex Ferguson leaves, we're going to be left with the Glazers to make all the choices, Murtaugh, Woodward, all those guys. You know, and what happened? You know, and this is what's happening. Amir, we know that, but what he's planning to do with what, mate? With what? With what, mate? What's he planning to do with what? What, Rashford? Rashford won't be here next season, I don't think. Too many problems are going on with Rashford at the moment. He won't be here next season. He will be gone next season. Something will be exposed very soon in regards to Marcus Rashford. I don't want to say it on here because obviously it's bad. But you know what? It will be exposed, and you'll remember this stream, and you will know. It will be exposed very soon, and it is something that, you know what, is very controversial. One thing's very bad. The other thing is very controversial. It is, and we have to wait and see what happens. But one thing, our duty right now as Man United fans, right? I don't just talk about being a Man United. I've been a Man United fan a very long time. I can prove it. I can show you pictures. It's just not talking and saying that I've been a Man United fan so long. I have actually been a Man United fan a very long time. Traveled the world watching Man United, right? I'm known in the Man United fan base, some of the top guys. And that is not boasting. That is just who I am. And I've spoken to a lot of people in the Man United, top end of the Man United fan base. And the thing is that one thing we have to say is that Man United, behind the scenes, there's things that have been going on that you wouldn't believe. You would go, what? You would go, what? What's going on? You know? And to be honest with you, it will come to light pretty soon. I'm pretty sure of that. But one thing we have to do now as Man United fans is that we have to support Ruben Amorim. And that's the only thing we can. I'm not saying you must trust these players. No. I'm saying support the manager. Because I don't trust these players. I don't trust the culture at this football club. There's players on that pitch I don't trust. Personally, you can support a football team. It doesn't mean you have to like the team. You can support a football club. It doesn't mean you have to like the team, right? So I don't like this team. And to be honest with you, there's some players that I would keep, I like, but you know what? It isn't absolute. Not everyone has to go, but not everyone has to stay. You know, it is not like that. It's not absolute. It's not exclusively to every single player in that football team. There are players that can stay who are pretty good and have good potential. Ugarte, Mainu, Garnacho, these players, Yoro, Mazruri, De Ligt. These are good players, guys. These are good players. We just need players, 2 wing backs for a start, and then we can play our formation a lot more effectively. At the moment, we don't have the formation to play Ruben Amorim's. We don't have the players to play Ruben Amorim's formation effectively. That's the issue, right? And it doesn't take 10 players. It takes 5 or 6 players to change that. A big difference is if Man United buy 2 wing backs. If they buy 2 wing backs, that will make a huge difference at the end of the day. What's the buyback? 19 million euros. Scotland investors 777, 19 million euros, about 16.7 million pounds, something like that, I believe. We need to protect this coach. Absolutely, Amir. Big up, Amir. I'd back Amorim projects even if we got relegated this season. So will I. So will I. I would as well. I would as well. I don't think we'll get relegated. Jay, there will be always be 3 teams, worst teams, right? Yeah. We got to look at, we're 10 points ahead of Ipswich. We need about 36 points, right? Some people just over sensationalize everything, and make it doom and gloom. And, this is going to happen. And it doesn't help, because at the end of the day, Ipswich are going to lose games. Man United have got to play Palace. Man United have got to play Ipswich. Man United have got to play Fulham. Man United pick up points. We'll pick up points, right? At the end of the day, despite how bad we've been, we've shown how good we can be as well by beating Man City, beating Arsenal with 10 men and going toe-to-toe with Liverpool. We've shown how good we can be. Now, we have to keep that on a consistent level, right? And Man United will have enough to survive this season, this relegation talk, of course, anything is possible in life. But you know what? Me winning the lottery is possible as well. You know what I mean? But it's a very low chance. Man United not going to get relegated. But you know what? As a Man United fan, 40 years, I would not say that anyway. I would not. And to be honest with you, I think this team is. I'm not going to say those dreaded quote, too good to go. You know what I mean? They're not. But one thing I would say is highly unlikely that Man United will get relegated. Very, very unlikely, of course. It's not the coach, it's the players. Absolutely, Amir, I agree. Amir is the best coach after Alex Ferguson. I really love his honesty. I agree, Amir. I'm starting to believe that. I believe he is the best coach we've had since Alex Ferguson. His honesty, his charisma, his tactical nous, his unbiased approach. He knows what he's doing, guys. And I trust everything Ruben Amorim does. If Ruben Amorim wants Dorgu instead of Alvaro Fernandez, I trust Ruben Amorim. I do. I trust him whatever he wants to do. And that is how we should be. We should trust our manager, because I think he's a good manager, a very good manager. These players have sacked numerous amounts of players. I mean, the culture, I'll say the culture of this football club has sacked numerous amounts of managers. No matter what formation, 4-4-2, 4-5-1, 4-3-3, you name it, whatever it is, 5-3-2. You want to name it. We've had formations. It doesn't matter. The culture of this football club is a sacking culture right now. And we never used to be like that. Well, we maybe were in the 80s and 70s, but we had Alex Ferguson, didn't we? But to be honest with you, we have the wrong culture of the club, and this culture needs to change, of course. This culture needs to change. Can you explain Erik ten Hag has a vocal fan base? I don't see Ole and Jose Mourinho fans, but I see Erik ten Hag fans deflect all the blame on the Glazers instead of taking responsibility for his failures. Look, Almac, he failed at a number of things, and he done a number of things wrong, but he done a number of things right as well. Under the Glazers, I would not blame any manager. No managers, right? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a fantastic man as a manager, as a player. 1-0, right? The thing is, as a manager, and the thing is, I would say is that there are Ole, people call them Ole sexuals, didn't they? I don't like that sort of thing, of course, guys. But in regards to Erik ten Hag, he had 60-odd injuries last week, yeah? Right? 60-odd. Off-field issues up to his head. And, of course, still won 2 trophies for Man United and came third in his first season. Now, that's great. Not saying he shouldn't have been sacked, but we need to move on from that, Almac. We need to move on from the obsession about Erik ten Hag. We can mention certain things that align with what we're talking about right now, but Erik ten Hag was not the worst manager Man United have ever had. You know what I mean? I can give that to a number of managers after Sir Alex Ferguson. So one thing I would say is that, leave Erik ten Hag alone. Good luck in his future endeavors in regards to Borussia Dortmund. He'll probably win things there, mate. Don't be surprised. Because Man United is a virus. Man United is a curse. And to be honest with you, I was sitting there at Old Trafford under Jose Mourinho when people were walking out of the stadium. I was sitting there under Louis van Gaal when people were walking out of the stadium. It is what it is. Big up Edu La Luz. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Bon dia, buenas noches, buenos dias. How you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well, brother. I love the fact that Amorim put the team on notice. We just need to ball to back him unequivocally. Absolutely, Edu. My friend, big up yourself. We have to... Look, we got a week and a half left of this transfer window. You know what? There's no smoke without fire. Let's hope that something happens in this window, because at the end of the day, we're throwing Ruben Amorim into the sharks right now, right? And we're expecting him to make miracles, swim out of it alive. You know, so we need to back him. Ineos, the Glazers need to back him, of course. Big up, Edu. Thank you for joining the stream, my friend. Big up, Uruguay. Big up, Uruguay, of course. Cavani, Uruguayan, of course. Legend, Man United, of course. Absolutely brilliant player. Ugarte. Obviously, one of Man United's best signings post Alex Ferguson, in my opinion. Absolutely. Big up. Buenos dias, buenas noches, buenas tardes, whatever time it is right there. I'm in the Middle East at the moment, Edu. So I'm there, absolutely. Big up Uruguay. Massive Diego. Whoa, Diego. Whoa, he comes to Uruguay. He made the Scousers cry. Way, let's go, Uruguay. Big up. Shaswat, if we perform like this, does Amaram get the sack? Look what they did with Nice. I know, I hope not, mate. I hope not. Absolutely hope not. Of course, if United want to look at a bit more like United, then bring back the attacking wing play. Brings goals as well. We don't have any good attackers. That's the problem, James. We're not brave enough. I don't think we're brave enough. You know, and this is me who's seen Ryan Giggs at his peak, Kanchelskis at his peak, you know, Lee Sharp. You know, I've seen these players, even Gordon Strachan to an extent, and players like that. I've seen them at their peak. And you know what I would say is that I don't think we have the wingers, to be honest with you, to do that. Darren, what's going on, Sal? We need fans tonight to make Old Trafford noisy and get behind the team with the way things are at the moment. Darren, spot on. We need Old Trafford to be intimidating tonight. Old Trafford needs to be intimidating tonight. It needs to be a cauldron tonight. That's what it needs to be. No more ball. No more rubbish, guys. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My friend, Ibrox is no Celtic part, but still has a very intense accent. We just need to concede early. It's at Old Trafford, the game, my friend. It's at Old Trafford. Man United are playing at Old Trafford, my friend. It's at OT. So luckily it's at OT. Ibrox a very loud stadium. Simply the best. Dun, dun. Ibrox is a very loud stadium. But Celtic Park is. I don't know. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Of course, you absolute legends. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn. I'll be back later on, of course, for the watch-along between Man United and Glasgow Rangers, guys. Stanley Matthews, what a name. Stanley Matthews. All great coaches use multiple playing patterns and even change it game. Why is Amaran start? He does do multiple game patterns, mate. He's changed to 4-4-2 during a game. He's changed to 4-4-3. He has, Stanley. Honestly, he has. He has, but the players can't do it. The players don't have the IQ to change formations and stuff like that. That's the problem. Which is why Ten Hag's record with these players is similar to Man United's record with Ruben Amorim. Similar. Guys, Stanley, everyone, thank you so much for joining me. I'm back later on. Keep your notifications on. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. And please don't forget to smash a like on the video, guys. Let's keep believing, right? Man United will win tonight. Man United will get the business done. Join me here, guys. Put your notifications on. When I go live, you will hear me going live, of course, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. You're all an absolute legend. We have different opinions sometimes, but you know what? We're all legends at the end of the day, of course. The chatterboxers, the Breaking Dawners, you're all legends, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Sal Warner, Stretford Post. Don't forget to follow me at Stretford Post. I'll see you later, guys. Glory going Man United, and take it easy. Don't do anything I wouldn't. Peace.